we got smacked, but we got smacked, but we got smacked.
Welcome to another Live and Level Gamers podcast. This is your boy Levelhead, and I got my two fellas in the house, Keith Norris, and we also got back for the first time, K-Bum 20. What's up, people? What you doing?
What it do?
Man, what's up? Glad to be back. Man, Lord.
So we got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about this new adult Pokemon taking over the gaming industry. We got to talk about Peach Showcase. We got to talk about that. We also got to talk about this 1900 laid off in the gaming section of Microsoft. And we got to lay to rest this whole notion that we will not get the Switch 2 in 2024. We got to lay that to rest. And we might talk about some other stuff. What's up, Miss Nia? What's up?
Say howdy.
How do you do? Okay. We about to go live on the Live and Level show. I got Keith Norris and K-Bum for show. We gon' get into this game and talk, you know how we do. And I'm rhyming off the top of my brain cause I'm cold. Oh, anyway, let's go. That's all the rhyming you gonna get for tonight. Welcome to the show, everybody. Yeah, I'm excited. Welcome back, K-Bum.
Glad to be back. But we're gonna have a little story time before we dive into it.
But we got Smash Bros though.
Okay, so as y'all know, and I'm gonna give my boy the floor, but I'm gonna set the stage before we get into all our conversating. And we kind of asked y'all last week because we had an emergency and he had to go to the hospital, and I'm gonna let him tell his story. But we want to give our brother K-Bum a warm welcome back, and we want to give him the floor to kind of share his story a little bit, and thank y'all for the prayer. So K-Bum, the floor is yours, bro.
Yeah, man. So I do want to thank everybody for the prayers. I did get a chance to listen to the podcast from last week. Got a chance to read some of the comments. So I do truly appreciate all the love and prayers sent my way. But I guess no one really knows the detail. Level knows I guess Level knows all the details at this point. Keith knows a little bit of detail, but I'm gonna tell the long story. I'm gonna make it short, as short as I can. I'm gonna take a little bit and kind of talk about what all went down. So try to be very quick. So what I usually do at the beginning of the year, our church, we usually have a fast at the beginning of the year, and we always participate whenever we can. This fast at the beginning of the year is a no food fast. So we're not eating any food, liquids only. And so we did that at the beginning of this year. And I was able to go through it. You know what I'm saying? I had a really good time with the fast, heard a lot, learned a lot. But I decided to break the fast in my very traditional way of breaking fast. And that's with Emo's Pizza and chicken wings. So we did that. It was, I believe, it was a Tuesday. Had a little indigestion, but I was fine after that. But then we decided to go to breakfast the next day, and I made another great smart decision, and we had for breakfast biscuits and gravy with a side of bacon. So that was another great decision I made for my body, and my body did not like those decisions. End up having real bad indigestion, end up going to urgent care because it just didn't feel right, and they just kind of just labeled it indigestion, and that was kind of the end of it for that. So that was on the Wednesday, I believe the 10th. That Thursday and Friday, I couldn't really work. I was feeling really bad. That Saturday, I actually started to feel better. Started to feel pretty good, and then I actually got up and decided to, you know what, I'm gonna hop on the video game and get some gaming in, and all the indigestion problems were gone, and I got up and I walked around, got a chance to get in the basement, play the game for about a couple of hours, and I started to have pain on my right side. So the discomfort came back. So I said, okay. I went back and tried to get some rest. Couldn't get any rest. So that Saturday again, couldn't get any rest. Couldn't sleep on Sunday. The Martin Luther King holiday was that following Monday. That Tuesday, I tried to work, but only worked a half a day. My loving wife was done with it and tired of it, and got me a doctor's appointment. And so that Wednesday, I got a chance to go into the doctor's. And matter of fact, because my doctor was busy, so I don't know how she got finagled some other random doctor to actually see me, but she did, so it was pretty awesome. But I go into the doctor's office, and immediately he kind of knew what was wrong, and he figured out there was something wrong with my gallbladder. So he decided to run some tests that day, and we were going to do set up an ultrasound. So I leave the doctor's office, go downstairs. We run some tests, the whole blood, urine, whatever, and then I set up an appointment for the ultrasound for Friday. So again, this was a Wednesday. I set up the ultrasound for Friday because I really wanted to work that Thursday, and so. I also talked to the doctor, like, what do I do with the pain and discomfort? Because it's been bothering me. I haven't had a good night's sleep. I've been discomfort. And he tells me to take Tylenol, about 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol. So I'm like, cool, great. I go home out the doctor office. I take the Tylenol, and by golly, it works. I don't feel any of the pain anymore. I take it before I go to bed. I get a great night's sleep, best I've felt in weeks. Actually, wake up that Thursday morning, took the Tylenol again, feeling good. I got into work, had meetings, got conversations, got caught up with work, answering conversations that were kind of lingering from the time of being out, and I'm feeling good, feeling pretty good about myself. And then I get a call from that doctor on Thursday about 9:30 in the morning. He calls me and he asked me if I have my appointment set up for Friday, the ultrasound appointment. Right, I'm supposed to get an ultrasound on my gallbladder. And I said yes, I have the appointment Friday, and he tells me Friday's too long. And again, this is Thursday, and he tells me Friday is too far away for the ultrasound, and that I need to go to the ER right now, and I need to get seen by a surgeon at this very moment. And so I'm like, oh, okay, okay. And I'm like, I thought we were going to medicate this, take some antibodies and blah, blah, blah. And he tells me, yeah, that would have been nice if your blood results didn't come back looking the way they did. So I'm like, okay. And I asked him again about the Friday ultrasound because it's one day away. And he says to me that he doesn't want me to wait that long because he doesn't know what would happen to me over the weekend. And so when you get a message like that from a doctor, I think it might be time for you actually to go to the hospital. So I put all my stuff away. I go to the emergency room. My wife comes with me. We go in and see the doctor. Um, we talk to her for a little bit. The ultrasound lady comes, does the ultrasound. The doctor comes back and addresses me and my wife and says, "Your gallbladder is upset with you right now. It is very, very angry, and it got to go right now." And as she's talking, there's a lady behind her in the wheelchair, and I go right into emergency gallbladder surgery right then and there, that very same day. Um, and the thing was, usually that kind of procedure is done by laparoscopic, which is just like small incisions that they use to kind of remove your gallbladder. That's kind of the process they usually try to do, which takes about 45 minutes to an hour. But my surgery took 3 hours instead of the standard 45 minutes. They tried to do laparoscopic at least three different times, couldn't do it. and so they actually gave me what they call a Kotcher cut, which means they cut me from my right under my ribs, almost from the middle of my ribs. I'm sorry, middle of my chest, under my ribs, all the way to my side, and so I got a pretty big cut right under my ribs, but they were able to successfully remove the gallbladder, remove all the issues, and at this point, I've been recovering since then. I was in the hospital Thursday until Sunday, came home Sunday, been recovering since then. But the biggest thing right now, I'm eating healthier. The wife is making sure I'm eating healthier, but the biggest thing is now I'm trying to recover from the incision that they did, because it was, man, if you can see the staples, if you can see the amount of staples that they stapled me up with, Lord have mercy. But I'm doing good. I'm in great spirits. I'm kind of relegated to just my upstairs right now. My wife was awesome enough to bring my PlayStation upstairs and a couple of days into the rehab. And I was really dedicated on doing the podcast today. I actually got my recliner that I'm sitting in right now. I'm doing pretty good. So your boy's well on his way to recovery. So that's kind of the long, short as I can make it for what happened to me last week. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm just happy to know you're doing good, bro. Me and Keith, I tell my part of it, I was kind of got busy that day. It was on it was Thursday, last Thursday. And I'm ripping and running at the church trying to get some stuff done. And I keep hearing the dings from the chat, from our chat room that we talk in. And so I picked it up. And I see Keith praying. I'm like, what? Hold on. So I'm like, wait a minute. What Keith talking about? I'm sending up the prayers right now. I'm like, wait a minute. What is going on here? So I get on there and I read it. I'm like, oh, man. So, and that was a little bit right before we got on last Thursday. And I had to apologize to my boy because normally I'm pretty glued to the chat and able to respond. But Keith was holding it down, and but I'm glad you're doing well and glad that you're back, man. I'm glad that you're back. That's all I can say. We talked, and I was able to relay to Keith that everything was going good, that you made it through surgery. So, but I'll give the floor to you, Keith, on that.
I didn't know what to think at first. I was like, surgery? It was like, right now? This is right before we about to start. And you're like, yeah, I ain't gonna be able to make it. I was like, man. So you just never know what could happen when you go under the knife, So I just want to make sure, I said a few things to the man above, make sure he's okay. And as I'm listening to your story, K-Bone, all I heard was a side of bacon. I think now now is a good time as any. Put it down.
I didn't tell. So they came back to me. They let me know. So I had 7 gallstones, and so those are stones in your gallbladder. It has 7 gallstones, and one of the gallstones was just as big as the gallbladder itself.
Man. Yeah, boy.
That's how bad it was, man. It was bad, bro.
Yeah.
Bad.
Let me send these shots out to D2K. Welcome to the show, bro. The Dark Lionel SZ, he said, my brothers, what's up? As you starting, I'm heading to bed after 2:30 in the morning. Always love out to my guys. Been with you till day one or since day one. Ain't stopping now. Shouts out to my boy, my bro, K-Bum 20. Hey, thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
Appreciate that. Definitely appreciate it.
We also got a Chariot Man gaming in the house. Hey, that's what it do. So anyway, our boy's back, man. We excited. You know when we all three are here, it's finna get lit. But we got to go into what you been gaming on. So let's go. Yeah. You know what time it is. It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On. Sing it, folks. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey.
What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on.
Yeah, real quick before you go, D2K said, I'm glad you're doing better, bro. I've been through this. I had my gallbladder removed in 2012. I had an attack all year. Worst pain ever in my life. Would not wish it on my worst enemy. So, man, that was D2K. Shouts out to D2K. So who want to go first, man? What you been gaming on? Who want to go first? Well, K Mama, we know you. Who's that?
I've actually got some gaming in. I can go ahead. And,
You want to talk first because you've been talking a lot. So
I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and knock it out real quick because the one thing I wanted to do before just giving shout out to Miss K Bomb because Miss K Bomb has been taking care of your boy because I literally can't do much on my own. Can't get out of bed on my own. Can't go to the restroom on my own. Uh, can't prepare food on my
real
own.
love right there.
I can't walk down the steps right now. So just giving mad love out to Miss K Bomb for taking care of your boy. She has been 100, been a trooper, and she's been on it since day one. So I just give the shout out to her for that.
Shout out to Miss K Bomb.
For sure.
Shout outs. Claps.
All right,
Clap it up.
So what we've been gaming on, I'll make it quick. So I've actually, like I said, my the first couple of days I came home. I wasn't playing. I wasn't doing anything. I'm just focused on trying not to hurt or be in pain. So that was the first couple of days. But the wife kind of nudged me and was like, "Don't you want me to get your PlayStation? Want me to get your PS5? Bring it up here." And I said, you know what? I think that might make me feel a little bit better. So the wife actually went down there and got the PlayStation, hooked it up for me and everything. Got the controller, the headset.
Hold up.
Everything, bro.
She hooked it up right. She hooked it up right.
Wait a
She hooked it
minute.
up right.
Hold up. I'm envious right now because I know Miss Level would have came down here and got the wrong system. Came up here with USB cards talking about where I put the USB card at. Oh, she hooked it up, bro. That's what's up. Go ahead,
She hooked it up, man. The HDMI cable, the power, and the right spot. Got the little thing to hook up. She even charges my when I'm done playing. She gets my controller and plugs it into the machine, with the PlayStation, so I charge it up. Takes my headset. Even pops out the battery thing so that my battery can charge for my headset. Yeah, man. She does all that.
Man, shots out, bro. Okay.
Mad dope. So, like I said, I'm blessed, brother. I'm recovering. I'm hurt, but I'm blessed. So what I've been gaming on, since I can't really do too much because I get little woozy a little bit depending on what medicine I take, so I can't do too much. But I played a little bit 2K, NBA 2K. It was funny because my homies, they played in what they call a pro-am, which is like a very high competitive game. 2K, it's 5-on-5, and they end up losing the day before because I couldn't stay up. I was hurting. I didn't have my recliner, and I couldn't stay seated, and so they end up losing the game with 2K. And so they really needed me to come through, and so I got online the next day to avenge their loss. We ended up playing the same team, and we ended up beating them. It was 60-17, and they all quit right after halftime. So I felt kind of proud. I was there to help my boys and redeem that loss. But that's pretty much what I've been gaming on, man. Just playing a little bit of 2K. I played a couple games of Overwatch, but that's about it. I can't really do too much, but that's what I've been gaming on.
Okay. Man, I'm just impressed by the wife hooking up PlayStation, mine would have been like, "Where this go? Okay, all right, now hold up," and she would have started snapping. Now, look, I'm trying to help you. Don't you be over here yelling. What I would have got. Anyway, Mr. Norris, what have you been gaming on, man? Shouts out to Miss K Bum, boy. I got man. So she got to get this K Bum.
But we got Smash Bros.
We got Smash Bros. Though. Let's go, Mr. Norris. It's your flow.
Yes, sir. So I've been in my PlayStation bag recently. So the games that I've been gaming on is I got back on Ratchet and Clank. I played about an hour or two of that last night off Steam with the PlayStation controller. It was rumbling with every step. You know what I'm saying? Every step I took, it was a rumble. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know. And then I went and bought a game because we talked about getting Prince of Persia and me and Level. We're gonna get Prince of Persia. Then we played it and we was like, I can wait. This for me didn't feel like it was enough meat on the bones. Maybe I could be wrong when I finally get a chance to really play it. So I had to buy a game. I had this itch, and I went ahead and bought a game, and I bought Returnal.
Oh, I've been meaning to get that. I got
Returnal.
I've been meaning to get that. I know it's good.
Can't say too much because I haven't really just dove deep into it, but it does scratch a certain itch. You know what I mean? Dodging all those projectiles and trying to keep your character. I was like, ooh, this is what I've been wanting. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I can't wait to play more, really get deep into the story. I've seen some people online, they made like mods with her having the Varia suit that Samus wears in Metroid.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's a PC mod. I don't know. But yeah, I've been playing a little bit of that. And I want to say that's it. Oh, that's not true. That's not true at all. I played it.
Say, you played
I played it. Yeah. I played Palworld.
Okay, I thought so.
Look, I could remember because I didn't play too much, but I played Palworld. Didn't know what this game was going to be. I mean, I saw the trailer from Xbox, the original trailer that we saw. I was like, okay, man, they got Pokemon with guns. So, download the game, turn it on, and I'm instantly shown a character creation page, and I'm like, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I'm already turned off. I gotta create a character, and the character they start you off with is a female. And for some reason, every character I made, even with the men, they still look feminine to me. And I was like, whatever. I don't care. I just need to get into the game, see how it is. And the game is a survival game. So they start you off in this. I feel like it's like a little cave or whatever. It kind of remind me of like Breath of the Wild. And then you go off into the world, and then you go down these steps, and it's kind of giving you a tutorial. You got to make like a workbench because you got to start building tools. And there's like this one character, he's sitting off to the side, and you can talk to him. And then if you go even further down, you start seeing the pals, aka Pokemon. And because you don't really have any weapons, I just had to punch him and knock a few of them out. And then they asked you to you have to make like basically a Pokeball. And I didn't know what they was asking me to do, so I finally got I think it was a club or something. And then I was finally able to make like a pickaxe and all this other stuff. So basically, it's a survival game. You got to worry about your character eating or he's going to die of hunger. You got to worry about the temperature. So you got to I'd used a torch. So that I had the torch out so my character was warm. You got to build a house. You got to build. It's a survival game. So don't think it
ain't up in this joint building houses. And
you got to do all this. It's a survival. So think Breath of the Wild on steroids, times steroids. Because Link, you have to worry about all this type of stuff too. But like just standing there, Link wouldn't have got hungry. But in this game, your character will, and it's really involved, and it's a really easy way because like it's compared to like games like Ark. Is it like Ark Survivor? I think that's one of them. There's a few of them.
That's what D2K said. Craftopia. Nia said
Ark Survival. Craftopia. Ark Survival. There's a few space games that's similar. There was one that I was playing on Steam. I think I still got it. But it's a lot of games that's like that. Okay. And this game, and I know you compared it to Fortnite. It's not. It's
I said
maybe
it
maybe.
looked like Fortnite. I ain't say it was. I said it
Oh,
when I
okay.
was looking at the visual. It reminded me of the Fortnite. The characters look like Fortnite characters, how they ran and how they was building. But when you said what you said, I was like, I fall back. I haven't played it, so I can't argue
No,
for
I
it.
got you. Maybe when you get past the tutorial and you get the game up to where you need to be, maybe you can play the game like that.
Okay.
But at the
Well,
very
save
beginning.
some of it now because we got to talk about it. So
Oh,
don't
okay, okay,
don't
okay.
don't
I got you.
shoot the whole load out right. Well, pause. Don't talk too much. Let's save some of it. So anyway, I go with what I've been gaming on, and that's absolutely nothing. I just didn't have the time this week. Your boy been doing a lot of remodeling at the church, and just excited about what's going on there. So I kind of didn't get a chance to get my Resident Evil 4 in. I'm right there at finishing it, but I'm about to be there where Keith is. So I haven't touched any gaming this week, but I shall get back to it by this weekend. So I have something for y'all next week. So anyway, K-Bomb shared, Keith shared. So that's all what you've been gaming on. So we got to get into these topics, and the first topic is already just we've been talking about it, and that's Power World. Now, I didn't know much about this. I kept seeing the thumbnails and the discussion from different ones I follow on YouTube, but it looked like Pokemon, so I just kept, I'm going to be honest with you, I just kept, just like I do Pokemon, I kept skipping past it. Like, not for me, not interested until our very own Mr. Keith shared a link that forced me to peer into what this game is and what was going on. And I didn't really even know that it had some controversial aspects about it with the whole, I don't know what they call their versions of Pokemons, but this Pokemon adult shooting.
They're called pals.
They're called pals. Okay, so Power World. So the Pokemons in this game is called pals. Okay, so
You can say Pokemon. We know what you're saying.
I want to say, but that's what they look like. So Keith kind of told you what the game was about. Most are saying it's a survival game. It's not necessarily a one-to-one Pokemon ripoff. But Keith, you want to give some more details about the game before we begin to dissecting the whole controversy around the game and what people are saying and feeling about it? Go ahead if you got any more you want to share about the actual gameplay and stuff.
Well, I'll just say this: it's not Pokemon. Although I wouldn't mind a Pokemon game with this philosophy, and I know a lot of people have compared it to, I think it's called Arceus. What Arceus could have been had they gone in this direction. Maybe not Survivor, but definitely it could have been something where you going around in an open world like this catching Pokemon. So it's not a Pokemon game. It's not I guess you could call it a shooter. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far deep into the game to like really say what it is and what it's not. But it is fun, and it's a very easy way to get into Survivor games if you've never played them. The tutorial is really good. They tell you exactly what you need to do to get up and running in this game. Mm-hmm. But I think I can piggyback off of any questions y'all may have or thoughts or whatever.
No, I mean, so I guess let's just jump into it. I mean, so I guess the big thing about this game is the characters in the game heavily resemble, and I'm playing the game right here, heavily resemble Pokemons, different Pokemon characters that we have all become accustomed to from Game Freak and Nintendo and all that. And as I'm watching the game, that's what I see Pokemons getting. That's what I see. Now, I don't see Pikachu, but I see Pikachu, if that makes any sense. So I guess the question is, because this is a game that they did not necessarily design, they use what I heard, and we kind of discussed in the chat, they use AI to replicate the characters, or
that's what I heard.
If we are wrong about that, please correct us in the comment section. So the question is, and I want K-Bomb to get in here. First of all, you said it's blowing up. They're finding success. So the question is, can Can they be sued because these characters resemble Pokemon characters so close? Does Nintendo have the power? Is there a lane for being sued? Because as I'm looking at it, you got the balls that they throw. I hate when people started pausing. I'm not pausing. They have balls that you throw, Pokeballs. In this game, I'm seeing them throwing balls. Throwing them balls to catch these pals. So the question
balls
is,
to catch piles.
they look like Pokemon characters. Does Nintendo have a lane to sue? Or, like you said, K-Bum, is this just totally different games and, hey, they look the same, but, hey, it is what it is. I let the floor be either whoever want to come. There go another one, Lord. Anyway, whoever want to go.
I'd rather hear what K-Bum got to say about PALWORLD.
Pow.
Well, just looking at the game, it looks wrong. It just looking it looks like Pokemon with guns. I understand that. I know that's not what this game is. I understand that. I understand it.
But I ain't letting it go.
I mean, I get it. I get it. I see the people attacking the fortress. I know you gotta get people. You're recruiting these Pokemon to help you fight and build. But good Lord, to see someone pull out an assault rifle and go ham on Pikachu, it just don't feel right, man.
Pikachu got guns.
And Pikachu come around the corner with 2 Tommy guns rolling up on people, it just don't look right. But the fact that you capture these people and put them into slavery to help build and set up your base is weird. But the question was, does Nintendo have a lane to sue? And if I'm not mistaken, I was trying to find it before I got a chance to talk. I believe Nintendo issued a statement today, saying that they're looking into it. Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of all they said. They're looking into it, right? And so they're not saying they're doing anything about it. They're not saying that they're doing nothing. They're saying what I've read is that they're looking into it. But asking us, does Nintendo have a lane? Nintendo has ninjas that we don't even know about. Nintendo makes people stop doing stuff before they even think about doing it. Nintendo, if they wanted to sue, they would sue. And so the fact that it's already out, is blowing up, and they're just looking into it, to me, it feels like Nintendo ain't gonna do nothing about this, really. That this is similar, but I think, because I've heard that this passed all the legality that it needed to pass. This actually passed it. And so I think that I don't think Nintendo actually has a lane to sue them, to be completely honest with you, because I know Nintendo, and this game has made 7 million copies already in 5 days, and they're just now today saying we're looking into it. That ain't Nintendo. Nintendo stopped our stream, and we ain't making no money. And this done made 7 million, and you're looking into it. Nah, man.
They're dropping bombs like a mug right there. They did. Midstream, we was shut down. Didn't even know we talking. So wait a minute, where everybody go?
Midstream, and it's 7 million copies later, and you're looking into it. Nah, man, Nintendo ain't doing nothing about it. Nintendo knew this game before it came out. It's similar enough, but not enough that Nintendo can do something about it. So that's how I feel. I feel that it wouldn't even made it this far if Nintendo was really going to do something. And we're looking into it would not have been the comment if they were really going to do something about it. So that's my opinion.
Shouts out to DJ Fanatic. Welcome to the show, bro. Mr. Norris, do you have any follow-up
Yeah, I got a question.
Yeah.
So, Nintendo's, like you said, we're looking into it. I wonder if they're looking into it because the game is technically not released. So they're although they're making money, but the game technically is not out. It's an early access game. So and they got another game that D2K mentioned earlier in the chat. I can't think of the name. I have to scroll up. But that game is still in early access.
Craftopia.
Craftopia. It's still not an actually released game.
Oh, so you
And
think
I,
they
and
loophole in the system?
it could be a loophole. Now, I have to look it up, or somebody could be looking it up. But I don't know if an early access game quantifies as a released product.
Technically, yeah.
So,
That's a good take, Key.
but that's what I'm wondering.
Okay.
I'm going to counter that take. Well, I'll wait till you're done because I want to counter that take.
That's all I got. I'm curious.
Let me throw my. Well, go ahead, K-Bone.
Really quickly, you do know there a guy put out a mod, not a mod. He put a video out of a mod for Power World that had Ash Ketchum and actual Pikachu's, and they took down his video already.
Well, that's Ash Ketchum.
I understand, but what I'm saying is, I don't think early access will protect this game from the wrath. Is what I'm saying, because that was a mod for this game, and they shut down his video and sent him a cease and desist letter already, and it was a video.
I think I can. So let's go. Let's pull back some more layers. One thing we have to understand is, I'm not gonna say I knew this. I was watching a video and they was talking about it. So hey, if people give you information, hey, if it's good information, they run with it. So I was talking to K-Bum where he was kind of sharing with me all the stuff, his recovery and being home, and we got to talking about Power World, me and him, and I had just watched a video talking about Power World, and one of the things we have to understand is, and we see this in a lot of games and we just don't know it, that a lot of Japanese games, especially Nintendo, draws a lot of their inspiration from Japanese religion and lore, and they put it into the game. So Pokemon is actually Japanese, has links to Japanese religion, some of these characters. So one lane was that Nintendo doesn't necessarily have rights to things that are based off religious lore. You know what I'm saying? Religious, like religious history and stuff like that. So that's one angle that they may have to be, do we have the right to say somebody can't use these characters when our characters are based off of something else? That was one lane. The other lane is, with this being AI generated, I think that, and I was kind of sharing this with Keith, if there is a lane to get there to sue, and I think this is why they looking into it, because it's AI generated, that means the AI is using pre-existing artwork and designs to generate what it's generating. And if that's the case, and whoever this group is that made this game did not do the designs themselves, then you got to figure out the technicalese about AI and if this falls into the line of infringement. And that's what I think they might have to look in, because AI is a new thing. We just saw Hollywood shut down because of all this, and they can replicate your voice. They can you can put some lyrics up in there and they can rap just like Jay-Z. Matter of fact, didn't you do that, K-Bomb? Did you actually experiment with that?
Drake and Jay-Z song.
I don't know if the game is actually AI generated. I'm saying if it is. The theory is that it's AI generated. If it is, they may have to look into that, or they may have to look into the fact that even though they make the Pokemon, or they have stakes in Pokemon, Pokemon is also based off of Japanese lore, religious lore, just like in Zelda. the Triforce is a play on the Trinity. If you do any research, the Triforce is heavy borrowed from the Christian Trinity stuff. So that's in there. So maybe they trying to see where they can or can't. But like I said, I don't know if the whole AI land is true. But it is. If it is, that may be one of the reasons. If it's not, do we have just because these characters look like our characters, can we say we own the right to that art style? You know, it's a lot. It's a lot that it ain't like they got Pikachu. I don't see Pikachu, but we all know these look like Pokemon characters. Is that enough to say it's an infringement? Do you see Charizard out here? Do you see Gigglypuff out in these streets? Or do you see stuff that reminds you of these characters? And is that enough grounds to sue? I think it's a tight. I think it's a tight rope. I think it's a tight rope they're gonna have to walk. Clearly, Pokemon inspired it, but a lot of stuff is inspired by other stuff. Does Nintendo have the rights to those type of ears, those type of eyes, those type of art designs? I don't think they can just easily approach this. So, K-Bum, you might be right. They might not be able to do nothing at all.
That's not fair. And D2K had a good comment. He said, I think that you use actual IP from Nintendo, they can and will get you. It would be too messy to try and prove that the characters in PALWORLD are Nintendo IP. Right. And that goes right along with the point you're making about these being a part of the religion of the Japanese and not being actual IP from Nintendo.
Right. That's not Pikachu, even though it may look like him. They don't have a character that looks just like Pikachu, and they call him Pokemon. Or whatever, I just made up a name like Paul True. Clearly, you might be able to. Paul True might be an infringement. That's Pikachu with another name. But I haven't seen a Pikachu running around. But all these characters look like Pokemon. I don't think. And what D2K said makes all the sense in the world. And it kind of aligns with what I was saying. Just because something looks like your character, don't mean it's your character. It may be subtle changes, and it may drew inspiration from your characters, So, yeah, I don't think they can. I really don't.
Well, in the words of Jamie Foxx, fancy, no, it's not about what you know, it's about what you can prove. Y'all remember that movie?
Yeah. So, any more thoughts on the PALWORLD? Do we I want to play. No, I don't. I don't want to play it.
Why not? You should play it.
You think I should?
You should play it. I got a guy telling me
I don't have
like,
Xbox Game Pass, like old boy was saying, Mr. Keith.
Mighty Keith.
Yeah, Mighty Keith. This is definitely Pokemon, bro.
I think you should. Here's what I'll say, and I know we need to move on, but here's what I'll say. Somebody was brave enough to give us a Pokemon-like game with the freedom that Nintendo would never give us. So, in that regard, Nintendo, you better step your game up and start expanding. Oh, excuse me, Game Freak. You better step your game up and start expanding.
That does make sense, though. And I'm glad you brought that up. It's because I think even though that is borrowed heavily from inspiration from Pokemon, that's clear as day. Pokemon needs some pressure. Game Freak needs pressure. They need competition. And I know K-Bum talks this way, but I really don't. But they do. They need competition to light a fire under them to do something beyond what they've been doing. Now, again, this is not great looking, but it looks a lot better than what we've been getting from Game Freak. And to see the response and the people really gravitating to this, and it's just a early access game, and it's already moving the units that it's moving and causing the stir that it's causing, it shows that people who are Pokemon fans have really been kind of taken advantage of. Because How many times have we gotten silver and gold and velvet and vivid and how many times have we got the same game over and over and over and over? And all the stuff they release when it comes to Pokemon. And you can tell it's just phoned in and a money grab. So to have another game that somewhat scratches the itch that Pokemon players like and actually add some nuance, some changes and some different things like guns or the fact that you can murder your Pokemon and eat and cook your Pokemon. Your pal.
Wait a minute.
You can murder the pal, cook it.
Yeah, you can.
All that and it's so
Yeah,
all these different things.
It was all depressed, and so he put out his misery so he can feed the others.
So I think they need this competition. So all you Pokemon fans that are all upset and mad and calling foul, is a competition what you need to cause your company, your beloved Game Freak and Nintendo to actually put out something they actually really care about and do some real for real new designs and put some heart behind this money-making cash grab that they got on their hand called Pokemon. This will only make Pokemon better because now they got to compete. They got something to compete against. And when you got to compete, it pulls stuff out of you. So this is not a bad thing if you really look at it from all lanes. It's not going to kill Pokemon, at least not yet. But just the threat of that is going to put some urgency with Game Freak to actually, when they was about to give y'all the same game again next year or this year at some point, they may not give you that game. They may actually give you something worth your time. So,
my Lord.
I said that, and I don't apologize either.
Only thing that'll kill Pokemon at this point is Pokemon Company's arrogance. Really? If they want to be arrogant and think that these people don't want to play this game, got another thing coming, man.
Right.
7 million in 5 days.
Oh yeah, man. That's why they looking into it. They looking into it to see what they need to do to make their game better. Anyway, let me stop.
Nia, I just found me a roll call of Pokemon games that I should read out like I did. THQ, my Lord, 100. There's 137 different Pokemon games.
Okay, but we not finna do this.
Pokemon Rumble, Pokemon Rumble Blast, Pokemon Rumble U, Pokemon Rumble World, Pokemon Rumble Rush, Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Alma, Pokemon Rangers Guardian Sign, Pokemon Trading Card Game, Pokemon Trading Game Online, Pokemon Trio, Pokemon Tria,
his medicine,
Pokemon Gallo, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Stadium 2, Pokemon Pinball,
I think he just enjoyed saying Pokemon.
Ruby Sapphire, Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD, Guile of Darkness, Pokemon Shuffle, Pokemon Go, Pokemon Duel, Pokemon Playhouse, Pokemon Masters X, Pokemon.
All right, that's enough Pokemon. No more Pokemon.
Oh, my side. I can't laugh, bro.
I knew he was gonna say Pokemon Go, Pokemon Stay, Pokemon Run.
Oh, my side.
As you can see, there's not been much inspiration outside of getting your Pokemon money out your Pokemon wallets and Pokemon purses with your Pokemon and Pikachu. Anyway, let me stop. I'm not K-Bum. I can't do all that. My lips are.
I'm just letting y'all know. Every last title I read you was 100% legit. I did not make up any of that. I'll put the link in the chat if you want me to.
Yeah. So, in other words, PALWORLD may be the very thing Game Freak needs to motivate them. Being threatened is a good motivator. So. Welcome, PALWORLD. We thank you for being here. Where we want to go next? Oh, let's talk about Princess Peach Showtime. I can't show it because, the ninjas will come and get me. But what y'all think about Princess Peach in the comment section? And I'm gonna let Keith kind of take the lead here. What you think about old Princess Peach?
Listen, I'm gonna pull it back, man. I'm gonna pull it back. They don't care. Talk about leveled and cable. They don't care about Princess. It's just me. This is my section. It's just me. I sit alone on the throne of Princess Peach. Man, listen. When I saw the gameplay, her jumping from wall to wall, I was like, you know what? This game might be all right. I almost slept on Kirby because it looked too cutesy. And I was like, I ain't gonna play that Kirby. Yada yada yada. Played Kirby with my boys. Me and my son, we ended up going through the whole game, and we had a blast. It was a really, really fun game. To the point where they kept coming home every evening playing Kirby. And when I look at this Princess Peach trailer, I get the same feelings from it. Like, you got a whole bunch of different types of gameplay that they're going to be throwing at you. Sword fighting, mystery was one of them, the ninja, all this other stuff. They got a whole bunch of stuff, and yeah, it looks cutesy. It's not a lot of detail. It ain't Hellblade or nothing like that. But I think they're gonna have a lot of different types of gameplay that's gonna really be fun. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm definitely gonna give it a shot. I thought it looked interesting, or I was curious when they first showed the game originally. So, oh man, no, don't do that. Don't play the video.
I ain't playing. I'm not playing. The ninjas can't get me. I'm hiding out.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. I can see again like a 7.5. I don't think it's gonna be high numbers, but I think it's gonna be one of them sleeper hits though. Personally,
I'm gonna be honest. Okay. So I guess this is definitely not K-Mom ain't coming back off surgery time to talk about Princess Peach Showtime. So we're not even gonna after he just got done reading all the Pokemon titles, I don't think he can literally stomach Princess Peach. I would say this, man. Keith, it doesn't look bad. I think it's gonna be a good game. That much I will say. It's Nintendo game. I think it's gonna be a good game. I don't.
You said it. Huh? That's it.
Yeah, it's like it's cool. It was like Captain Toad when Captain Toad came out. It was cool, but
Fire.
it wasn't. It's fine. I'm not trying to hate. I know my baby boo's gonna love this game. My daughters are gonna love this game. I think I'm gonna enjoy the game. But like you said with Kirby, I bought Kirby. I played Kirby, and I saw why it's good. I see why people would like it. I just couldn't get into it enough to keep my attention to stay with it. So I'm not trying to knock Princess Peach. I think, me personally, it's coming a little too late on the heels of the system. I think if they really want to give Princess Peach the true showcase she deserves, this game should have came out in the hype of the system. I give you that. I think they throwing it out in the twilight of the system is kind of a disservice to her and the game. So that's where I'm coming from. I'm really not I'm in that phase of I'm ready for something. I'm ready for the new system. And to me, it may have been better just to hold this game until the new system.
Nah.
I'm just saying for me. I'm saying for me, it's not that I think the game bad or anything like that. It looks great, but it's kind of I don't really care that it does look like a Nintendo quality platformer. That's what it looked like. And when does Nintendo ever make a terrible platformer? They never do. So every time they make a platformer, it's pretty good. But I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for a new system. I'm ready for that, and that's where my mind is at. So it's kind of hard for me to get excited for Princess Peach Showcase. I think they just placing her in the wrong place. I just bought Mario Wonder. See what I'm saying? I literally just bought Mario Wonder. It's a platformer. It's beautiful. It's Mario, and I got Princess Peach there. Now I got to look at another game with Princess Peach. It looks cool. I'm going to play it, but it's kind of like, no puns intended, Prince of Persia, Lost Crown. It looks cool too, but it's like I can wait, and that's kind of where I'm at with Princess Peach. No shade, no knock to it. I blame Nintendo more than the game. the timing is where it's off for me. It just didn't. Even when they showed it and said coming next year, I was like, I probably won't get it when it first come out. So unless my daughter want it, if Kendall want it, or one of my twins want it, I'm gonna go pick it up. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna want it, so I probably will end up getting it. But that's where I'm at with it. Nia, you hate Peach? Why do you hate? How do you, of all people, Nia, hate Peach? How? Keith over here salivating for this game.
Wait a minute.
And equality up in it. Why you don't like Peach? Why you don't like the princess? Come on now. She ninjaing it up, cowboy, cooking and chopping up onions. What's going on here? Nia?
I do agree with you, Level. I think this game is coming out a little bit too late. So when the game come out? It's this year, right?
Yeah.
Made something.
Cheat on Mario Kart.
Oh, so you holding grudges from a whole nother game.
That's
series,
funny.
Okay. I ain't know we could hold grudges on a character from another game. Oh, you cheating on Mario Kart, so I don't like you in Showcase. Oh, man.
If that's the case, I don't like Yoshi.
Right.
And he turn around and look at you.
But when is this game coming out? Is it later this year?
I think it said May something. I think May.
In May. I agree with Level. I think that this game missed the wave.
Yeah.
Because if this would have came out 2 months after the movie, 3-4 months after the movie, it would have sold like hotcakes. But I think the Peaches wave is gone. I think it's gone now. Trends move so fast nowadays. And if this game would have came out last year, easy 3 mil, 4 mil without even batting an eye, this game would have hit it. But I wonder. Here's what I wonder. I wonder if this game was supposed to be something else, and the popularity of the movie and Peaches kind of led them to change it. Because I know it takes years to develop video games, so I don't think they changed it within. But I wonder if it was supposed to be someone else or something else, and they changed it. I don't know, because I would think that if you really wanted to do this would have been very close to the release of the movie. But I don't know. Yeah. I'm just trying to pull something out there because it doesn't. It's not going to hit the way it would have.
Yeah.
If they would have, did it. In my opinion, right. But it's Nintendo, so I can't really tell them what's right, what's wrong.
I'll say this. I don't think that the movie necessarily affected the game as far as what it was trying to do at all. Nintendo just has this thing about holding these type of games to the end of a console's cycle and releasing them towards the end to milk out their fan base at the end of a system that they know is going out. So games like these and fan loyalty, a game with Peach, a game with Mario. Look at what we got. Let's look at how everything. We know we about to get a new system, right? Everybody knows that. What have we seen? Mario Wonder, Mario remake of Mario. What's that game?
RPG.
The RPG Mario RPG remake. Peach. All these iconic characters in these. I would say Mario Wonder was more inspired. And I'm not saying Princess Peach isn't. I'm just saying these are more towards the. I would say Mario Wonder may not have been as easy of a build of a game, but Princess Peach seems like almost like Mario Party, just made into a game with one character and you doing some platforming, but it has that Mario Party type design look. So they hold these type of games to the end of the life cycle of a system to get them through, and it's the, like I said, it's the iconic characters that get them through. It's the nostalgia and the love affair with the characters that carry them through. Not necessarily that the games are so are so brilliant and so, oh my God, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Is not that. So it's clearly we just trying to get across this finish line. So we're going to throw titles at you that we know will keep your interest. And that's cool. But like K-Bum said, it would have been smart, and I believe this is coming at the wrong time, but it would have been absolutely smart to release this in the window of the trend of peaches. K-Bum, that was absolutely brilliant. Why wouldn't you have rode that train that you didn't see? Because from what I heard, is it Jack Black? He improv that. That wasn't even in the script.
Yeah, that was
and
kind
it
of
blew
his thing.
up. Yeah, it was his thing, and it blew up, and it became his own thing. Why would you not follow that up with this game? Why would you hold it to the new year on the horizon of a new system? Throw Peach's first real for real ambitious title in that window. I think you're trying to play on your fan base to squeeze a little bit more money out of the Switch. And for me, I get it on the new Switch. That's where I'm at with it. So when you show me the new Switch, I'll double back and get this game for that and get my daughter the Switch, and she can play it on the old Switch and the new Switch, because that's what you're going to do. I'm not stupid. So anyway, that's where I'm at with it. It's just coming in the wrong window. And I felt that way when they first showed it and said the new year. I was like, well, that makes no sense to me. This is the type of game you should go ahead and be like almost like Hi-Fi Rush. You should shadow drop that. I'm just going to shadow drop this right now. It would have been perfect. Just like they did with Metroid Prime 4 Remake, shadow drop it. They should have shadow dropped this. When they saw that Peaches was that the movie and all that was trending, hey, let's shadow drop this game right now. It wasn't going to hurt nothing. It wasn't going to interfere with Tears of the Kingdom at all. I mean, releasing it now, what does it really do for you, releasing it now? Gives you more games to fit into the quarter before you introduce your new system. So you're just trying to squeeze more money out of your fan base, which I get you're a business, but hey, I don't got to participate. So no, I'll wait until you show me the new stuff. Any other final words?
Are you done with Nintendo right now?
I told you at the Mario Wonder, the only thing they could get me to come out for is if they release Metro Prime 4 and I don't have nothing about new Switch 2 coming, and they put Metro, I would, and it came out and I didn't see a new Switch 2, I would probably get that. But other than that, no, I'm done with the Switch for right now. I'm sorry, guys. I want a new Switch, which we're gonna transition. Well, before we transition to that, we got to talk about Microsoft and its 1,900 game developers being laid off from their game division. How do y'all feel about that? Real quick. We don't want to spend too much time on that because I want to get to this last topic. Microsoft laying off 1,900 from their gaming departments. K-Bone, you sent me that article, didn't you?
Yeah, I sent that.
So let me try to get it. Go ahead. Who want to take the floor? It don't matter.
I can take the floor. Yeah. So the news came out today. I believe there was the email sent out by what's Mr. Microsoft face. What's that man's name? Phil Spencer. Thank you very much. Phil Spencer sent out email to Xbox gaming division, letting them know that he appreciates their work and what they've done and everything they've done to contribute to the success of Microsoft. And he wishes you guys all well, but 1,900 of you guys got to go. So, and this is what, 3 months after the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, that $69 billion transaction that went down late last year. And so he said, yeah, you guys have been awesome. Thanks, Redfall. But 1,900, you guys, you got to get up out of here. So my quick thoughts about this, I'll be honest here. So to me, this is two things. This is two things. Whenever a large company, not whenever, there are times when a large company acquires another company, that there is some fat trimming that happens. Right. I don't know if you want to read into the article
No,
level.
cause
So I see,
Nia
I see you're
Nia
there.
made me feel like I had the Ebonics situation, and
Oh,
I'm kind of
I
conscious of
was.
my reading now, cause of Nia. She said I struggle. She said I love the show level, but you struggle when you read
Oh, you
sometimes.
struggled last week, brother. I listened to the
I
podcast.
was struggling. I
I'm
don't
like, what
normally
is he doing?
I don't normally struggle that bad, but I was struggling, man. Okay, I attempt, K Bun.
Okay,
So
okay.
I was gonna
all
do it
right.
for you, Deb.
Oh, Microsoft lays off, how you say that? 1,900 staff from its video game workforce following 69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard. In a message to staff viewed by IGN, Xbox boss Phil Spencer said Microsoft will provide full support to those who are impacted during the transition, including severance benefits. Informed by local employment laws, IGN has asked Microsoft for comment. The layoffs come following the 69 billion, I said billion with a B, acquisition of Call of Duty owners, Activision Blizzard, and the exit of its controversial former boss Bobby Kotick. Microsoft currently worth more than doggone it, let me borrow some money, Microsoft. 3 trillion, the second company to ever break that threshold. Why y'all laying that people off and y'all worth that much money? Here's Spencer's memo in full. Here's Spencer's memo in full. It's been a little over 3 months since the Activision, Blizzard, and the King team joined Microsoft. As we move forward in 2024, the leadership of Microsoft Gaming and Activision is committed to aligning on a strategy and an execution plan with a suitable cost structure that will support the whole, Nia, am I doing a good job, of our growing business together. We'll set priorities, identify areas of overlap, and ensure that we're aligned on the best opportunities for growth. In other words, people, we brought in too many folks, and some of y'all got to go. That's what it's basically saying. As part of this process, we have made the painful, easy decision to reduce the size of our gaming workforce because y'all wasn't doing anything anyway by approximately 1,900 roles out of the 22,000 people on our team. The gaming leadership team and I are committed. Phil said he's committed to navigating this process and thoughtfully as possible. The people who are directly impacted by these reductions have all played an important part. Not that important because you're letting them go in the process or excess of Activision. So you letting them go after you get it. ZeniMax and the Xbox team, and they should be proud of everything. Yeah, as I walk out with my boxes, I should be proud.
Thanks, Redfall.
Oh, that's enough. All right, so y'all get the big picture. Anyway, they got too much, and they got a company that's gonna make them some money. They bringing in them teams, and we letting what I had go. That's what they doing. So yeah, we got to make room for the new computer. So the old computer got to go. That's what they said. It's sad, but it's the truth. Anyway, go ahead, K-Bun.
Yeah, and so some of this is normal process, right? I don't. I'm not alarmed with seeing Microsoft lay off these people, even being worth 3 trillion. I was with a large company that acquired a competitor, very similar,
Hold up, Nia.
and
I was just joking, Nia. I'm joking. I was kind of wasn't taking. Sometimes it's how the people write the stuff, and they put words in the most awkward and no punctuation and pauses. And I like how IGN wrote that. I can read it. It was smooth as buttery. But anyway, go ahead, K-Bun. I'm just joking with you, Nia.
yeah, yeah. But this is kind of standard process as far as layoffs after a big acquisition, because you got to make headroom. And then you got to make sure you're making the margin, especially everything Microsoft went through in order to get the Activision. But then on the other hand, this is also a continuation of the trend of layoffs in gaming. I believe, if I read correctly, there have been outside of this 5,900 other jobs already this year, that in the gaming industry that's been laid off, which is approaching close to what half of what last year was. And so 2024 is already shaping up to be a bad year for gaming as far as layoffs. And so there's a trend here, and I would say that just for the tech industry in general, there's hiring freezes and layoffs happening in other tech places because money hasn't the threshold hasn't been met, and so I part of me want to say that this is status quo. Part of me says there's reason to be alarmed, right? So I think it could be a little bit of both, right? Because this is a growing trend of layoffs in the tech and gaming industry. So that's kind of my point I want to make with that.
Okay, Mr. Norris.
Yeah, in that same article, I'm gonna read something here from Wayne Dayberry, senior quality assurance tester and member of ZeniMax Workers United CWA. Layoffs in the video game industry are becoming the norm, even at companies that continue to deliver huge profits. It hurts to see our coworkers who are so passionate about this work, who actually make these video game companies so successful, be the first impacted by any cuts or layoffs at work. Companies will claim that we're all family, but a family doesn't lay off or outsource people. It's clear that one way or the other, the only way forward is for us all to come together as workers to protect each other. If that's true, Phil, Bond, Sarah Bond, all the people at the top, take a pay cut. You won't do that. You would not take a pay cut. Well, maybe they did. I don't know, but I know who did. That man that was in Japan who was leading Nintendo. Him and his Iwata. He took a pay cut. He was like, hey, I don't want to lose my people. But on the flip side, they was actually making good games, so I get it.
Redfall.
So I had to find a way
sure
to
the
get some
Redfall
Xbox
team is a team. Anyway, it's not a laughing matter. Let me stop laughing because now I'm pretty sure a lot of these will find most likely land somewhere with the type of skill sets that they come with. But it is sad, to see 1,900 people lose their job. But it's unfortunate, So any other thoughts on this?
I wonder
do understand they gonna get a good severance package.
That's what I'm saying.
For sure.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
You understand that it's probably going to be like 6 months.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I wasn't. I mean, anybody losing their job, but that's what I'm saying. With the type of work that they do, they will land a job and they're gonna be good for a few months before they land that job. So, and if they was wise, they probably was stacking up some money too. So, but it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate.
It is. Absolutely.
Some of these CEOs. Some of these CEOs can miss a few years of pay cuts and not miss a beat.
Feel it, yeah, you're right.
And won't even feel it. Right. Oh, I'm not making any money this year. Oh, I didn't even notice.
Okay, so that was that with Phil and the acquisition of Activision and the layoffs. So we gotta talk about this last subject, and this has kind of been an annoyance for me, and we can end on this topic. And that is those individuals who are so infatuated by the success of Nintendo with the Switch that they have created an illusion that we don't need to move forward. And with that illusion, they don't want to see a new device from Nintendo to succeed and be handed the baton from the Switch. And I want to say to all of you people to sit down somewhere, play your Switch over in the corner, and let us grown folks anticipate what's coming. Look, y'all, the Switch has had its run. I know where we came from at the introduction of the Switch. I know how we all felt, how scared we was as a fan base, how shook we was at the failure that was the Wii U, and how we endured that time and that season as a Nintendo fan, all the teasing and the mocking and the shame of 13 million units and the death that was the Wii U. We watched those trash commercials. I even came on YouTube at the introduction of the Wii U. That was my introduction to this whole community. Leveled Head started talking about the Wii U and what I thought it was going to do. Well, people, guess what? It failed, and we got the Switch. And we didn't know the Switch was going to be a hit, and it was. And we're so thankful that Nintendo is able to pay their rent and pay their employees, and they have usurped Microsoft, and they're rivaling Sony for that #1 spot. But we need to move on, people. It's time to go. Get your bags, backpacks, whatever you put your clothes in. Get that Switch, your games, and let's go on into the future. There's no need to hold on to this system that has been chucking and coughing. We don't know if it got COVID. We don't know what's going on. It's old age. That's what's happening. It's 70. It's 7 years old, so that's 70 years in the gaming universe. It's old, people. It's coughing. It's on his last leg. And y'all think we not going on to the future? Let it go. What did Earthquake say? Let it go. It's okay. Let it go. Stop holding on to this thing. I don't know what their problem is, Keith. Why won't they let it go? I'm seeing folks, OJ, stop fighting with these folks. Let them be, OJ be fight. I mean, this brother be having on his cape. He be Batman in the Twitter sphere. I'd be like, brother, stop fighting these dudes. Let it go. We need to move on, folks. The doors of the church is open. The doors of the church is open. We got to move on, folks. It's time to go. Keith, ain't you ready to move on?
Brother, I'm on PC. No,
I'm like, why are y'all fighting for this thing? 7 is people. Do you know that the Switch is basically holding on with Band-Aids and duct tape? Come on, folks. Isn't enough is enough? Even the system said enough is enough. I did what I came to do. I can do's no more. Nintendo, let me go. I must go. Jesus said I gotta leave, but I'll send another. Anyway, let me stop messing with y'all. But I'm saying it's time to let it go. It's okay to embrace new things. Nintendo, we starting over, y'all. This generation is over. We starting over. Let's hope Nintendo make the same wise decisions that they made with the Switch and continue this trend. That's what you're scared of. You're scared Nintendo is going to fumble the bag and you're going to be the losers again. You're going to be like what Microsoft is right now. So you want to hold on to the success because it feels so good to be beloved and liked. And when you carry your Switch out and everybody don't think you're corny because you got your Switch in your hand. That's what you like. You enjoy being popular because you haven't felt it. Some of y'all have never felt it as Nintendo fans. But us that are old enough remember how it was to play the Super NES until we got to the N64. Some of us still thought we were cool. We definitely knew we wasn't with the GameCube. We knew we wasn't with the Wii, and the Wii U let us know we were fools. Right? But the Switch redeemed us all. I know, I get it. But it's time to move on. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, let it go. Touch your neighbor on your shoulder and say, neighbor, neighbor, it's going to be okay. We're going to be all right. Let it go. Anyway, the floor is yours. I'm going to send the offering plates around. And anyway, let me stop. It's your floor. What y'all got to say? Is it time to let it go?
Is it time to let it go? It was time to let it go 2 years ago. It was time to let it go when they came out with The Witcher on the Switch. And it looked
Vaseline.
like smeared Vaseline all over your screen. It was time. No, it's been time to let it go. I mean, personally, I've been, cooling with my PC. I was being for real. But I'm curious and I'm interested to see what Nintendo brings. I mean, we know we're going to get top quality games, but They always bring something interesting to the game. Every single time. Case in point, Steam Deck, ROG Ally, all these other devices. Now, we kind of had a little back and forth in the chat. Would such and such exist without the Switch? And we know the Switch is based off of the NVIDIA Shield. I say yes. We could go into that a little bit, but I say these things will still exist. But we know that the popularity was pushed because of the Switch. 35 million sold. Dave, we've done it. And I'm not saying me as we in Nintendo, but I'm just saying we've done it. It's success. It's successful. Now we can move on to the next phase. Man, I'm just curious as to what that's going to be. And that's the only real reason that I'm like, right, Nintendo, what are you going to bring us? What are you going to show us? What is the new gimmick, as you would say? What are you going to give us that the gaming world didn't see, right? Because it always seems like Nintendo's going to give us something that the gaming world missed. So show us, Nintendo's. Show us the light. Show us the light. What have we not seen? What do we miss? And that's what I'm waiting on. But then, after a year or two, I'll be over it.
K-Bomb, I don't want to go. I can go on my rant again, but what you think, K-Bomb? Is it time?
Who fights for a system at the end of his life?
They trying to resurrect the dead, man. They believe that.
I'm just trying to think. When the PS4 was turned into the PS5? I guess we were like, the games are good, but if you're gonna put out a new system that's worth it, then let's do it. Like I guess it's a little bit different. Let me get back on track, because I think it's a little bit different than the PS5 going to the PS4 on Xbox. Because we did have the Pro, so there was a mid generation upgrade. But this Switch has been ticking along for a long time, for a couple of generations.
I mean, we got the OLED.
Yeah, so this Switch been ticking on for a couple of generations now, and and you have these newer games that's not even being produced for the old generation anymore. There's games coming out like the new Star Wars that didn't even come out for the PS4 or the Xbox One, like Xbox One X, and the Wii is still the Switch is still being left behind when it comes to those third-party games. And so I don't know why you continue to fight when a system just sold 132 console sold 132 systems. Like, it did it. Yay, it did it. Now 9 years into the system, it's about time. It's about time. Let's go. Let's get a new system out there. Let's get it switched to. Let's get more power. We see what it can do. We see what other companies are doing with more power. We see the ROG. We see the Lenovo. Was that Lenovo system? With the one that had the trigger, whatever. But we see what these other systems are able to do now with more power. What was it called?
The Legion Go.
Legion. There we go. The Legion. Yeah, that was very unique. And so, I don't see the fight to keep Switch alive. Let's get a new one. Let's do this, man. You got no arguments from me.
Keith, any more thoughts? I mean, for me, man, like I said, man, the Switch has done what it's supposed to do. It helped Nintendo get back on their feet. Nintendo figured it out, stopped making these two devices, bring them together so you can focus on one device, because you was gutting one for the other. The 3DS, the DS and the handheld division was doing great, so you put a lot of attention there. And your home consoles, you kind of just was taking advantage of your fan base, giving us games, 1-2 games a year, and all this stuff that probably should have been on the DS, you was putting it on your home console. So it's good to see you bring it all under one roof. I remember Red Knight used to say that all the time. They used to just need to bring it all under one house. And they did that, and they found tremendous success. Let's just hope that they continue with this decision, which I think they will. But, man, we need to move on. 7 years is a long time for a device that was already old when it came out, and it is punched hard. Little Mac has fought everything it can fight. But after a while, even Little Mac has to go ahead and go out for the 10 count. He got to. So the Pop dented him up. So the Sandman put him to sleep. It's time to go to sleep. Little Mac has swung as much as he can swing. The Switch has swung all it can swing. They throwing games at it that is like, you really expect me to do this any justice? Well, okay, you put it over here, and then y'all go buy it. But it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. I believe in Nintendo and the Switch too. And it's time, so let's move on. Any other final words, Mr. Norris, on that?
Nah, man. Just like I just echo everything y'all just said, man. Just it's time for them to show us what they got, man. It's time to show you your hand. I know they holding on close to their chest, but it's time to show us what you got.
Speaking, I'm listening to y'all talking in the comment section. Y'all know I showed y'all last week all the folks that was acting like the PlayStation 4 power is not powerful enough. Just go back and watch last week's podcast and tell me those games look terrible. All those was PlayStation 4 games. So if that's what the Switch 2 is going to be, bring it to me now, ASAP, today. But anyway, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to give K-Bum the floor because he didn't get a chance to share his thoughts on Xbox Direct last week. So K-Bum, if you would, what was your thoughts on what Xbox showed last week?
Man, I listened to the podcast and I listened to the way you guys.
First name basis. Yes, I did see that skit with Club Shay Shay and Cat Williams on SNL. Funny too. Go ahead, Mr. K-Bum.
So I listened to the podcast and I listened to you guys go absolutely ham on Microsoft for that digital direct. And I think what was the saying? More games, less faces. How many faces have we seen in this video? Look at it, face, no game, face. Oh man, that was good. But the entire time, I was actually disagreeing with you guys.
What?
Because this direct is not is not the Sony Direct. This is not fast food. When I think of the Sony Direct, it to me I see it as fast food. It's game, boom, gameplay, and it's over. Right, and it's I think Nintendo is a little bit slower. It's not as fast food as Sony's is, and what to me the Xbox is more of a sit down restaurant. Let's take our time and have a couple course meal. And
They can't cook.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you. That chicken didn't have no flavor to it. Go ahead, K-Bum.
And it's funny because I know what you guys meant. I understood what you mean, that you don't really care about how the sauce is made, especially when it's a bad. If we don't know it's a bad game yet because these are in development. But I was listening to everything. I actually like those type of conversation and seeing the developers and seeing what drove them to do certain things. Or I thought it was interesting seeing how they did the voices for Hellblade and how they had them circling around and decisions they made on why this is the direction they went with the voices. I thought that was interesting. I thought it was interesting, like some of the art direction that they talked about. And so for me, a person who likes to see the making of or the reason behind certain decisions, I'm the same person that watches some of the, not just the trailer, but watches the when they break down and kind of talk about the reason, the decisions they made for these, even before moving. That actually in turn, a lot of times when I understand the reason why, gets me more hype for the actual product than just seeing a sizzle reel trailer. And so these aren't directed to people who just want gameplay. Give me this, and then that's it. I would say, I would dare to say that this is leans more towards me and the people who likes to understand and learn how the sauce is made, because I actually um, there's actually a connection that I make with developers or with some of the people, and how they were able to do what they did. I know for me, the biggest connection I made wasn't with this one, but also with the previous one. Is when they were talking about the Hi-Fi Rush, and the
What?
reason why I really wanted to play Hi-Fi Rush was because how they talked about what led them to make the game. It wasn't just the gameplay themselves, but it was the connection with their direction with the game, and then me seeing that game in action. So that's kind of how I feel that this is more my speed when I look at it. And yeah, developers are quirky people and weird and everything like that. But to me, it wasn't a D. It was probably more of like a C plus for me. I didn't have a big issue with it. I did share your disdain for the graphics for the first game they showed. Those graphics were, it was pretty bad. Animations were pretty bad. So I didn't really care for that at all. But I thought the conversation with Hellblade, I thought the video that they showed for not Tomb Raider, but I almost called the man Tomb Raider.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones was pretty good. But yeah, the first person thing is going to get, it's going to irritate me, but I'll like it. Cyberpunk was first person, and I liked it, so I don't know. But yeah, I didn't really have a as big of an issue as you guys had when it came to this actual kind of presentation. So that's my 2 cents with it.
Okay.
Yeah, trash.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna push back just a tad bit, and I agree with DJ Fanatic said. He says, I agree, but show the game while you're walking and talking. And that was my point. To me, this is a direct. This is not like, was it Santa Monica when they did that whole backdrop of...
Yeah, it was a movie, actually. Raising Kratos is what it was called.
Yeah, and that's kind of what that... And to me, you can do that when your game is successful, and we want to see the people behind the hood. I mean, under the hood. We want to see under the hood who did this successful, awesome game that we highly enjoyed. To me, it was just too many people talking, not enough gameplay. I don't care about this. Who this dude? I don't care about you. Show me the game. We only got 45 minutes, and about 30 of it was people talking about the game rather than showing the game. So that was my issue. We seen too many people, too much in this small direct. But I feel you, K-Bum. I should have known you are into that. You are, and there's a lot of people like you that are into all the bells and the whistles and the hows and the whats and the who's and the wheres. And I'm into that too, but it has its place, it has its moments. And I just felt like this wasn't the moment. We need to see games. We need to see quality games. I feel like this was covering for games that really are not ready to be shown. Like you talked about them janky animations. I think we saw so many people because they knew these animations are trash. So let's show them, but let's show more people. Let's show people talking about the game. And real quick, the Indiana Jones, absolutely disappointing to me. I don't know how you felt about the third person. You did say you brought up Cyberpunk. That's not going to be nowhere near close to Cyberpunk. But anyway, yeah, I pull back. I give him a D plus. I give him a D plus. Yeah, I give him a D plus.
So what you saw of and I know you guys were talking about it, and I actually played through the first Hellblade and beat it. A lot of what you guys thought was cutscenes was actually gameplay.
I said that. I said,
I ain't
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that.
No, I heard you say that, Keith. Yeah, but it was actual
I'm not
gameplay of her
saying it's.
fighting. It's gameplay. That's how it is. But there is it's a slower paced game. There's a lot
Right.
of slowness in it, and that's where the talking and the puzzle stuff, and then there's action, and then it goes back to being a slower pace, following where you are, understanding this mystery and stuff like that. So it is a slower pace game. It's not like action, 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 action.
Okay.
so
All
I
right.
had a chance to really sit back and think about it because I knew we was gonna have a moment where K-Bone was gonna be able to give us his thoughts. I think I just had to admit this to myself that I don't know if I really like the games that Microsoft provide for us. Like they're not my cup of tea. So I guess when
Yeah.
I'm grading them, when y'all hear me grading them, just know it's on the curb. Uh, on the down on the other way. Uh, so the Indiana Jones, like I don't think it's gonna be a bad game. I think who was the Machine Games? I think they make great games. I just don't think it's meant for Indiana Jones. Like they got a gun and they're not shooting you, and you got a whip. That
That
looks stupid to me.
it looks bad. It does
That
look
looks
bad.
stupid. Like you not gonna shoot? Oh, I'm just waiting for you to hit me with the whip. Oh, okay, cool. Uh,
It's not
but
even cover based shooting. They're just standing out in the open, and you're just walking around with a whip, slapping people. It looks weird.
Yeah.
but like
Visually, it didn't even look all that impressive to me.
in some scenes,
Harrison Ford look good. Harrison Ford
some
look good.
scenes,
Yeah.
some scenes look like one to one. Like, oh man, is that the movie? Then there was some scenes you like they ain't finished. That-
So yeah, you're right, Keith. So anyway, K Bum got a chance. Oh, go ahead, K Bum. You got something else to
I
say?
did one more point, and I think this is kind of the thing that no one has really stated. If anyone played the first Hellblade, they will completely know and be able to fully say to you with all confidence that Hellblade is not a system seller.
You can look at it and tell that.
It's how even though how great the first game was, I think the biggest problem right now is Microsoft is making a game that is as close as indie. Which was sorry, they're taking a game which was a AAA indie game
Mhm.
and making it a system seller. I think that is the biggest problem going on with Hellblade right now, and I don't see enough people talking about that. This was a small studio that made a AAA. This was an indie studio that made a AAA game, and now it's supposed to be the system seller. I think, and I think that's the issue.
I think
Yeah,
Microsoft is
because
just
it was a
desperate.
small game on PlayStation. You
Hmm.
know, it
Yep.
was like one of those games like, oh, look at this game. But I
Hmm.
think at the same time when that game came out, even that small indie game, there was really no games like it on Microsoft's console. So it was just another little thing that PlayStation fans could throw at Microsoft, Xbox fans rather, and use it as a talking point.
Yep.
And now that game is on Xbox, and now all of a sudden those Xbox fans who said they didn't like that game at first because those tweets are out there, we see them. Y'all didn't like Hellblade when it first came out, but as soon as it came to Xbox, and then Microsoft bought Ninja Theory,
Yeah.
it was
No,
like,
no.
oh, not
Yeah,
Ninja,
Ninja Theory. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, Ninja
Um,
Theory.
and it was like, oh yes, we got one. What do you mean you didn't like this? What are you talking about?
You know,
What
like
you talking
everybody
about?
didn't like, they didn't like Bayonetta until it showed up on Nintendo. Then the audacity not to share this with us. Y'all didn't like it when y'all had it. You only sold 1 million. So yeah, I'ma say I agree with you, K Bum. I think you make a great point with Hellblade. I think it speaks of at that time Microsoft's desperation to find something that stood above the water and gave them some light. But to me, this direct anyway, it didn't do nothing for me. So I'm probably gonna go this generation without getting an Xbox box. Man, that's I won't have one this generation. I don't think I'm gonna get one.
It's 220 right now. All the way down to 220 at Dell.
And like I said, I will not have one. So I'm not going to get that mess. Now they put the X at 250. Oh, definitely I have it. Just to say I got it, but 250, I can't walk away from that. For the S, no, they can have that. Well, that was the show for tonight. We went over about 9 minutes over our normal time. Any final words?
Another one. What are you talking about, Q? Another PlayStation game coming to PC.
Wait a minute, hold up. What game is this? I just stopped the music because you brought up something. What game?
Horizon Forbidden West coming to PC. I believe it's in May.
Yep.
Another one.
Got him.
All right, so you got a PC. Wait, got something else to say?
No, I was gonna say I'm not even a fan of the series, but guess what? I'm gonna buy it.
Okay, so that was the show for tonight. We had our boy back, K-Bomb 20. Feel good to have the 3 dual in the buildings, all in your internet streets. But I'm gonna let these dudes sign out. I'm gonna start with our very own Mr. K-Bomb 20. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. Glad to be back. Glad to be here, to be in this moment. So I'm just, I said I read every comment. I appreciate it. Want to let you guys know I read every single comment you guys left. I read every comment last week. I heard the entire podcast. So just want to let you guys know that I do pay attention. I do read. And so I do appreciate all the love and the prayer that you guys gave for me, or is continuously giving to me. So I appreciate that, man. And I'm just gonna next week. Hopefully, I'll be even stronger than what I am now. Hopefully, I'll be walking around this place, going up and down stairs. That's kind of my what I want to be able to do, and I appreciate it, man. And had a blast sitting in my recliner and enjoying my time with my homie, man. So I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All righty, Mr. Norris.
Yes, sir. Glad to have K-Bone back. Glad that he's on the road to recovery. Sounds good. He's laughing. Gave us a clip, and he already clipped it. I already saw it on Twitter of all them Pokemon games. So another classic. But yeah, man, I'm happy to be here. Even though, he said the developers, the rate he gave it a C, I'm gonna let him pass with that one. But man, just happy to see, ready to see what Nintendo's gonna do next. But man, y'all be easy. It's another great show.
All right. Yeah, man, it was a great show, bro. K-Bomb, so good to have you back in these internet streets. I want to send a shout out to Miss Nia, D2K, the Dark Lionel SZ. Yeah, you was here. Chariot Man. We also had, who else was down here? DJ Fanatic, a.k.a. First Name Basis. Who else? There was a few of y'all here.
D2K is love?
I gave D2K right after
my bad.
But anyway, we thank all of y'all for jumping in these chat rooms with us, keeping us company. Y'all was lit tonight. Thank you, Nia, for acknowledging that when I take my time, I read okay. As a teacher, you have encouraged me on tonight. I'm going to be... Anyway, let me stop. So, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, all in your eardrum. Be safe, be blessed. Don't do nothing that gets you in no mess. And be back here with us. Till then, deuces.
We got smashed, bro. We got smashed, bro. We got smashed, bros, though.